Hey guys, what's up and welcome to a new episode of the Did You Know series. This episode will be featuring Ezreal. I will also have a good friend of mine helping me out later in the video for Ezreal's lore. Don't forget to press like if you enjoyed, and let's go straight into the abilities. If Ezreal were to hit a target with Spell Shield with one of his abilities, his passive will still grant him the 10% attack speed bonus even though his spell was blocked. Remember, if you hit multiple enemies with just one spell, it will grant him several stacks of his passive based of course on how many enemies you hit. But the passive stacks are not only gained from hitting enemies, and hitting an ally with Ezreal's W will also work. Ezreal's Q is known to proc on hit effects, for instance, lifesteal, sheen effects, and so on. But the one exception is that the Q cannot critically strike. Hitting a Q reduces the cooldown of Ezreal's abilities, which does also include the Q itself. Ezreal can now use his W on himself by either flashing in or using his E as the ability is still traveling. Spell Shield will be able to block all of Ezreal's abilities, and so will Yasuo's Wind Wall and Braum's Shield. The damage from his Arcane Shift is able to target invisible units around him, so keep this in mind. A common misconception is that Ezreal's ultimate is a channel, but it is not. It's just a long cast time, therefore CC will not prevent him from casting it during the wind-up animation. If he were to be displaced while casting his ultimate, it will come out of the initial cast location, not the new location. Ezreal's Q will be blocked by Pantheon's Shield, Fiora's Parry, it will be dodged by Jax, but it will still hit if he's blinded. Ezreal's E is also great at stopping things like a blitz pull if timed correctly. Alright guys, let's go into some cool facts and lore about Ezreal. Ezreal was not only designed by Ezreal, but also named after his Riot employee creator. Riot Ezreal has also made a ton of other champions including Ahri, Annie, Irelia, Jax, and also many more. The voiceover for Ezreal is done by someone named Kyle Hebert, who also voiced Graves and Jarvan. The voiceover for the female AI in Pulsefire Ezreal
Pulsefire systems online.
Let's do this.
Is done by Christine Khalil. During the Ionia vs Noxus show match, Ezreal was among the pool of champions for Ionia, but he was not selected. Ezreal's champion spotlight was the first one done, but the video is uploaded as unlisted. There is a theory among the community that there is something going on between Ezreal and Taric, but also for one with Ezreal and Lux. You can see these three in Leona's pool party skin, Taric chasing after Lux in the background while Ezreal looking quite PJ Salt. After the launch of League of Legends back in 2009, Ezreal was the first champion to be priced at 6300 IP. Wriggle's Lantern, an item that no longer exists, was founded by Ezreal in one of his archaeological expeditions. Speaking of which, let's go into Ezreal's lore, where I have my good friend Pokito helping me out.
Well, thank you very much, Red Mercy. I'm glad I could be here. Let's get started with some Ezreal lore, because obviously Pokito knows a couple things about Ezreal. Ezreal was born with the gift of magic and a strong sense of wanderlust. Ezreal was considered a genius by the age of 8, which is why I think he got really bored during school, probably teaching the teacher a thing or two that he didn't even know. Eventually, the government actually recruited Ezreal as Piltover's Grandmaster Explorer. From this, Ezreal knew his path in life: archaeology, rocks and stuff like that, and dirt. During one of his excursions with the pyramid within Shirama, he came face to face with his magical power. He found a large amulet with immense power within that let its wielder control magical energy that 9 times out of 10 I miss when attacking an enemy. The only drawback is that for some unknown reason he's actually randomly summoned into Summoner's Rift by summoners. But secretly I think it's Taric. I think he wants that Ash. Get it?
Alright, thanks a lot Pokito. If you guys enjoyed what you heard, definitely check out his YouTube channel. I'll leave a link in the description below. Along with Lee Sin, Karma, and Sivir, Ezreal has had 2 champion spotlights done because of big changes to abilities. Did you know that Ezreal's W a long time ago used to not only heal his allies, but also slow enemy champions' attack speed? Ezreal has 2 quotes that are similar to ones within the Indiana Jones franchise.
You belong in a museum, Noxians. I hate those guys.
Since 3 of Ezreal's 4 abilities are skill shots, his quote,
It's all skill.
could be referencing that. In Ezreal's taunt, he flips a coin and ends up shooting it, which apparently takes a lot of skill to do in Western films. Pulsefire Ezreal's quote,
What's the scanner say about their power level?
No enemies display a power level over 9,000.
I thought so.
refers to one of the most famous quotes in one of the best animes out there, Dragon Ball Z, and the over 9,000 quote is said by Vegeta. Another one of his quotes in this skin,
Grimdark future, huh? Too easy.
refers to Warhammer 40k. The final quote being Ezreal back into base in this skin,
Leaving the grid.
refers to Tron. Nottingham Ezreal refers to Robin Hood. Striker Ezreal was created as a skin among many others for the 2010 World Cup. Frosted Ezreal was created by a community member named Clockmort. Explorer Ezreal refers to the internet browser Internet Explorer. Pulsefire Ezreal is the first skin to have two different voices, Ezreal and his AI named Pearl. It is also the first skin to change appearances based on the champion's level and the first one to be priced at 3250 RP. TPA Ezreal was created for the Taipei Assassins after winning Season 2 World Championship. Debonair Ezreal shares this theme with Jason Vi. Alright guys, that unfortunately does mark the end of this episode of Did You Know Ezreal. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and share it with your friends, and also follow my friend Paquito for his amazing work in this video. I also recommend checking out the previous episodes of this series, and on top of that my other videos. But as usual, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode, and I hope to see you for the next one. Peace.